I can't live without being productive. As a student in the University of Nigeria and Soka, I built Savannah Bank branch in Omo and Ubolafu.
You built Savannah Bank branch?
In Omo and Ubolafu. I lived in my house. I owned my own as a student. I bought my first car in first year, post waging. By second year, I bought 505. By my third year, I had a BMW 520. Everybody know me. If you pass in Suka, when I pass through in Suka, you will know me. I own the supermarket inside the campus. I cannot sleep beyond 5 o'clock, even to today. No, even if I sleep by 3, I must get up by 5. And everything I've done in school, if you ask people who was in school with me, they will tell you everything I do, because you must have self-discipline. Even to go to parties in school, people know that the time Peter becomes is the time he goes. And they'll say, Peter, then of course I have friends, even girlfriends, who say, why don't we stay an hour more? I say, no. That even Michael Jackson, he doesn't dance all through night, and he leaves off dancing. There's a time he comes, there's a time he goes. So me, who is now listening to his music and not dance all through night, no. And there must be a time for me to come, there's a time for me to go. Everything must have be organized. And that's what happens to me today. People say, oh, how can you go to 5 places in one day? I said, because I've been there. If I come to a place where they're doing something and greet them, I move on. I'm not going to be there, but it's not so you must live a disciplined life and say, I don't do this. I will not do this. It's a long story.
You can brief us.
But I've never imagined I will ever get involved in politics.
Oh, wow.
Before I ventured into politics or went to contest governor, I've never voted. I've never been involved with anybody in politics. I got involved in politics by a man called Professor B.C. Nwosu. Professor B.C. Nwosu contested to be the governor of my state in 1998. He actually won the primary.
Okay.
And they did not allow him, all this mago. So he wasn't the governor. So he now moved on to become political advisor to Obasanjo. And eventually become the Minister of Health as well. So it was, by 1999, we had a new governor in Anambra State. But by December 2000, a group of people have seen that governor is not doing well. This was about 18 months after. So they had gone to Professor B.C. Nwosu to say, get ready for 2003. Because this man is not doing the right thing. Professor B.C. Nwosu then said to them, I will not do that in 2003. I will be 60 years old. Anambra State is a very difficult state. It requires a young man between the age of 40, 45, who had made a success of his life and is very strong in character that can be able to deal with Anambra State. And the people gave him like a request that he needs them to give them 3 names. I didn't know this. This is a story I was told after. So I was then in the bank, doing well. I was, of course, as you know, I was the youngest chairman of a bank ever in Nigeria.
Yes.
So at my young age, I was the director of 2-3 banks. So there was no reason for me
to get into politics.
To get involved in politics. I had an office in London, had an office in Nigeria. So every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I work in my office in London. Thursday, I work in my office in Nigeria. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And Sunday, I go back to London every week.
Wow.
Every week. I had no reason. I didn't even know where people vote. I don't even want politicians to come around my office.
Wow.
So I had a good life. So ABC was then invited me for a dinner in January 2001 or so. So I went to Abuja. I was very happy he invited me. So I went to Abuja because he would give me account of some federal account. So I went to Abuja, which we had dinner, everything. He still supported the bank where I was serving with some accounts, which was very good. But while I was doing that, I was actually being interviewed for a job unknown to me.
Wow.
So ABC, we had a long conversation about politics, about what people do, about what is this, even suggested names of people who should contest, and I'll support them. You know, so I finished doing that and I left. In April, that group went back to ABC Wilson and said, okay, we want the 3 names. And he said to them, you want the 3 names? Yes. 1, Peter Obi. 2, Peter Obi. 3, Peter Obi. Shut down, finally. Shut down.
Love it.
So the 9 came to my office in Lagos. He told me they were coming. They came to my office in Lagos and told me about this, that they want me to come and contest the governor of Anambra State. I virtually knelt down and begged them not to come around me again.
Wow.
So they left my office in Apapa and went back. I never met them again. Personally decided to find out why things are wrong. I go to every year, I must spend time in school. That's why when people see my CV, they're wondering, you've not worked in any organization, you've not done anything. So how come you're an alumnus of Cambridge, Oxford, a Kellogg scholar? I've done 3 programs in Harvard, Columbia, INSEAD, IMD, London School of Economics. I've been everywhere. So that year I was in Kellogg Graduate School. I was doing a program for 4 months, 2001. It was from June till about end of August. It was June, July, August, and some part of September. I was doing a program, you know. The dean and the dean of the school, Professor Donald Jacob, took us on a course called the World Economy. The World Economy.
The world economy.
In 90 days, he taught us. He never one day mentioned Africa.
Oh, wow.
Because he's taught a lot of people, that was his final year in that school. He started teaching in that school in 1957.
Wow.
And the final year was 2001. It was his final year. The day he ended with us. A day before his final year, the entire place was filled up. And I raised my hand and I said, Dean Jacob, you've not mentioned about Africa. He said, do I want to know about Africa? I said, yes. I paid $40,000 for this job, for this course. And you've not talked about my continent. He said, the next day being his final day, he will tell me. The next day, he finished and looked at me and said, Peter, you want to know about Africa economy? I said, yes. He said, there's nothing called African economy.
Hey.
Nobody plans with Africa. Have I ever seen African spec in car? There's the American spec, there's the Gulf spec, there's the Asian spec,
German.
there's European spec, but there's no African spec. Can you give me a 5-year, 10-year, 20 years plan of your country that I can work on? I'm sorry. And of course, because it was a classroom, I've not, I just said, I think they should be. I think so, because I always have about 5-year-old. I said, there should be. I'll get it for you. He said he would like to say it, that I should join him for lunch. So I joined him for lunch, and we finished eating lunch. If you're in Kellogg Graduate School or today College School of Management, on the banks of Kellogg School of Management, there's a lake, is Lake Michigan. So you're on the lake, seaside, beautiful place. So we had lunch. After lunch, he said, let's take a walk by the lake. As we were walking, he asked me, do I have any of my country's currency? So I brought out, the highest denomination then was 100 naira. So I brought out 100 naira. He brought out $100.
No.
And he asked me a question. Which of these two currencies do you prefer? And I said the dollar. Because the dollar was then 100 naira to $1. So he said to me, you can keep the dollar. Because it was 10,000 naira. He said, keep it. I'll keep your currency. And we walked a little bit again. About a pole, he stopped and looked at me again. He said, I should bring out the dollar. I brought it out, and he asked me that question for the second time, and I answered exactly the same thing. And he said to me, let's sit down, because there was a bench, by the sea. Let's sit down and feel the sea. So we sat down, and he held me. He said, young man, I've taught economics for 50-something years. The only reason you prefer another country's currency to your currency is what drives economy. Faith, the amount of faith you have in your country. Faith is driven by hope. There's no hope. So that's why. Otherwise, there's nothing. No country is perfect.
Yes.
It is that I have hope, and then it drives your faith in your country. Chinese people keep their money in Chinese yuan. They don't want the dollar.
Yes.
Malaysians in Malaysian ringgit. Singaporeans in Singaporean dollar. There was no euro then. Germans in German marks. Italians in their Italian lira, British people in pounds, and it went round and round because they have faith in their country. They don't want another country's currency, but you prefer another country's currency because they have faith. We've watched you in this course because it's an interactive course, and you've been very, very positive. Can I ask you for a favor? And I said, yes, Dean Jacob. I went to visit him when I was governor. He said to me, you have $1 million. I said, yes, of course. Do you have $5 million? I said, yes. Do you have $10 million? I said, yes. I have. He said, at that stage, you don't need money again because you have enough money to live for the rest of your life if you don't want. Forget about it. Yes, you're not worth $1 billion.
Yes.
But I can tell you, whatever they do with $1 billion, you're turning because you're no longer going to look at the price of food.
Yes.
The basic things in life you have. The man with billion can come with private jet, and you come there paid in your plane and land there. You could stay in a suite in a hotel that is $3,000 a night. You stay in the same hotel for $200 a night and pay your bill, and everybody will have a good sleep. So at this stage, can I ask you for a favor again? I say yes. Say go back to your country and participate in building public wealth. Public wealth enriches everybody. Individual wealth impoverishes everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a lecturer. I'm just about to retire. I drive a Mercedes 500. And I can tell you from my own investments, I have about $4-5 million. And what about that? My wife is a lecturer, drives a lesson. My daughter is a lecturer. Do lecturers in your place live this type of life? Say, well, I don't really know how they live, but he said no, because there's no public wealth. I earn more money than governor of Illinois.
Wow.
At the state where he is. So I earn more money teaching here than he can make as the governor. Yes, the governor say he comes in here, but it's very important. So thank you as you go back, but you belong to where what you're doing now is not where you belong. Based on our conversation, you should go to public life. That's where you belong, not where you are. Of course, I left him and we parted ways. I came back to Nigeria. I went to Onitsha to do something. We were looking for something on a weekend. I just came back. I think I came back on Friday. Went to Onitsha on Saturday. Before I went into public life, I don't fly. I go by road. Because now I'm a trader and I'm in a bank. So as I drive in any road, wherever I see concentration of people,
You sell your market.
I want to stop and know what they buy, what they eat, where they want bank, what is this that they want, because there must be why there's a concentration of people. And I know how many of my products that is in different stores, because I represent multinational. I was the official representative of Heinz in Nigeria. So all Heinz products, everything. So I need to know how many of them is in different shops that is here. And then whether we can have a bank branch here based on this thing. So I go by road. So I was driving through Benin to come to live on Onitsha. I saw a circle of people. It was what people they call Bakassi. Trying to kill two people they called criminals.
Yes. Wow.
And within, this was as early as 7, 8 a.m. in the morning.
Yes.
Kids were going to school. They created a circle and brought out 2 young men in a car. Within 5 minutes, cut off their head.
Jesus.
So if you cut off somebody's head that he was alive, blood will be splashing.
Yes.
Everything. My driver could not drive again.
Wow.
I drove my car from Onitsha to Lagos. And I came back to Lagos and said to my wife, I'm going back to my Anambra state to go and contest the election to be governor of the state.
So guys, when we tell people that Peter Obi is very unique, Peter Obi is different, Peter Obi, there are some unique words that you want to use in describing Peter Obi. But guess what? Most people misunderstand the fact that Peter Obi is being praised. Peter Obi's praise, he worked for it, and that is why he earns it. Have you seen which politician in this Nigeria will tell you that he wakes up 5 a.m. every day, no matter when he goes to bed? Which politician will ever tell you that he bought his first car in year 1, bought his second car in year 2, bought his third car in year 3, and these were unique cars for those days? There is no politician in Nigeria. Most of them are just depending on public wealth. They are depending on milking and sucking the people. They don't care. Most of them don't care. They don't even know what it means to generate money, to create wealth. If not that they just found themselves in politics and they are taking advantage of that. So guys, Peter Obi's interview, has been trending on Twitter. I mean, people have been circulating it because Peter Obi said so many things that somebody can easily learn from. So guys, I believe you must have enjoyed this video. You can see Peter Obi telling stories how I started politics, how he started politics. I had never voted before. I had never been involved in politics. I don't even know anybody who is a politician. I don't have contact with politicians. How did Peter Obi get into politics? Those and more were some of the things that he discussed in this video. And guess what? Peter Obi has blown the minds of Nigerians by telling them how he got his first car in first class, second car in second class, third car in third class. He's somebody who's at least whose parents were a little bit well-to-do, but guess what? That fighting spirit was in him. He said even while in school, he owns a supermarket shop. This is what most people can least dream of, you know, that you are a student and you are into business and you are running in pari passu and nothing is, as in, it's not bringing any bad outcome, you know, in your studies. So guys, I love the fact that Peter Obi has really spoken, and the way he spoke, honestly, it is very, very shocking to see all the impacts the schools Peter Obi attended. Honestly, this man is so different. This man is so different. That's why we keep saying that you cannot merge Peter Obi with all these politicians. There is no comparison. There is no point, you know, that you begin to merge these people with Peter Obi. Peter Obi has proven that he stands out. Like you can see, Peter Obi really stands out. This is not home out. This is not, let them say, Peter Obi stands out, you know. So if we are living in an era where people will come into governance, what they are interested in is just to loot the system. But you can see that Peter Obi has his discipline from childhood, and also that is what has made him to succeed to where he is today. We saw the belief of Nigerians in him. We saw, you know, the support he gained during the last election. I tell you, Peter Obi is one man every Nigerian should be willing to work with. This man is so unique. This man is so unique. So guys, I don't know what you make of everything Peter Obi said in this video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thought in the comment section below. Thank you.